I'm about to show you guys how to lose 10 pounds in 4 days. I know it sounds like it may be an outrageous claim, but I promise you can do it. However, it's going to be the most difficult diet you probably ever did. It's not for the faint of heart. If you hear people in the comments, if you read them say, man, that's too hard, I can't do that, I want you to shame them mercilessly. If you're still listening, then you're ready to do some hardcore. Or I'll give you the game plan. Some people, they like to say stuff like, man, you should just do something sustainable. I think that is stupid. To lose fat, you have to be in a mild form of starvation. Why would you want to sustain starvation? I think you should work on getting as ripped as possible, as fast as possible, and then sustain your newfound weight. So I'm about to give you a protocol to lose 10 pounds in 4 days. This is not sustainable and it's not meant to be. This is what you want to do for one of two reasons. One, you got some event that you need to be super ripped for. You got a photo shoot, or you have to go to a wedding or an orgy, right? And you need to be super ripped. This is going to help you out because summer's coming up and you want to be ripped as possible. What if you can start it off with a bang? It's almost guaranteed that you will hurt yourself if you do this more than 4 days. And how I came up with this diet, I've been a personal trainer for 27 years now. It's based off my knowledge, my experience, and stuff I used to have to do when I was a fitness model. And every once in a while, my agent would hit me up. He's like, yo, you booked this job for so-and-so. And I'm like, damn, I'm not in photo shoot shape right now, but it was a few days from now. So I had to get super shredded for this event. And this protocol, I tweaked it over the years. And this is its final form. Now, check this out. We're going to be doing something called the protein sparing modified fast. That's the protocol we're going to be working with, the protein sparing modified fast. All right. And this was invented by actual doctors when they had to operate on real big fat motherfuckers, big fat whale motherfuckers. And it was like, oh man, this motherfucker is way too fat for us to get in there, fuck with his organs with a scalpel. You're too fat for that. So what they had to do was, have them lose a lot of weight super fast. And that's why they came up with something called the protein sparing modified fast. And it's going to spare muscle while getting rid of fat and water weight. All right. So first thing we need to do is you need to actually go into Chat GPT. Here's a prompt. You say your stats, like this was my stats, and a picture of yourself. So say how much you weigh, how tall you are, and tell it to estimate your body fat percentage. Then you want them to see how much actual lean mass you have, which is important. So then at the next prompt after this is, how much lean mass do I have? And this is if you don't want to do a DEXA scan. Once you figure out what your body fat percentage is, your protocol is going to be based off of that. You want to see how much lean body mass you have and your body fat percentage, right? So super fat motherfuckers, 25% and up. Let's call it 1.4 grams of protein per pound of lean body mass. Lean body mass, not just body weight, lean body mass. If you're moderately lean, somewhere between 15 and 25% body fat, let's call it 1.8. You're going to take your lean body mass and multiply that by 1.8. And that's how much protein you're going to get per day. And if you're super lean, like under 15% for men, under 24% for women, then what we're going to do is take your lean body mass and multiply that by 2. And that's how much protein you're going to get per day. For this protocol, that's it. We need to keep our fats and carbs as close to zero as possible. So what do you eat? Well, you can eat ultra lean beef, steak, bison. You can eat turkey breasts, which is gross. Typically, I don't eat turkey breasts, except if you're doing this. Like, they're fucking gross. You can eat white fish like tilapia, cod, right? We can't really eat salmon because salmon is a very fatty fish. But tilapia, cod, any kind of shellfish works really well because it's almost all protein. Egg whites. When I did this protocol, I would buy egg whites, the carton of egg whites, cook those up, and then whey protein, especially whey isolate. Isopure is a good brand for this because it has almost all protein, almost no carbs, no fats, anything. Isopure. So we want to keep our fats and carbs as close to zero as possible. So here's the thing. Here's what that looks like though. I'm going to tell you why this is so difficult. One, this food is gross. Like if you're not eating carbs or fat, everything's going to be gross, really nasty. Let's say you're eating 150 grams of protein. That's not very many calories at all, man. You're probably gonna end up at like 1,000 calories or less. You're gonna be in a deep caloric deficit, but that's what we need. Because we're keeping our protein so high, we're gonna maintain more of our muscle, right? That's why it's called the protein sparing modified fast. And again, I didn't make this up. You can Google this. There's tons of data that shows that this is an effective protocol. Just nobody does it because it's so difficult. Like, this is your diet only. When I gave you the 2-week version of this, I said you can eat green vegetables unlimited, as much as you want. Green vegetables, green leafy vegetables, kale, salad, lettuce, shit of that nature. On this 4-day protocol, no, we're not eating vegetables, and we're definitely not eating fruit. You'll be fine 4 days without vegetables. I promise you, you'll be okay. That's why we're only doing it 4 days. Listen, you can do almost anything for 4 days and be fine. This is not advice, but you could smoke crack for 4 days. And if you stopped right after that, the effect would be like negligible. It's the same thing in reverse. Here's the thing. You also don't want to drink any calories or get any calories from sauce. Sauces have a lot of calories, man. The kind of sauces that you need to get, you can use hot sauce. My favorite hot sauce is Frank's Red Hot. You can get the Louisiana hot sauce. I have both of them in the crib. Matter of fact, I got a whole assortment of hot sauce. There's different hot sauce, different textures, they taste different. I'm like a hot sauce sommelier. You know, like the one of them motherfuckers at the restaurant who can smell the wine. That's me with hot sauce. Some people say, what about sriracha? Yo, stay away from that sriracha, man. Sriracha's got sugar and carbs. So 0-calorie sauces is all you need. Hot sauce is my favorite. Now, here's the thing. Now we need to talk about supplements before we get into the workout part. Supplements. I call this the keto illegal stack. You want to get caffeine, 200 to 300 milligrams, 2 to 3 times a day. So like a Celsius is like 200 milligrams of caffeine. That's kind of soft for me, but I need at least 300 to feel something. You know, when I'm doing something like this, I'll do a pre-workout in the morning, afternoon, late afternoon, but not too late, right? You want to get something called ephedra. When I first started working out, every fat burning supplement had ephedra in it. And we used to take those before we worked out because there was no such thing as a pre-workout drink. That was kind of invented in the 2000s. We took fat burners for energy and they all had this stuff in it called ephedra. Whatever reason, the FDA, the liberal FDA, said they can't put it in bodybuilding supplements anymore. You can still get it. You got to go behind the counter at the pharmacy, show them your ID. You don't need a prescription. Just show them your ID and say, yo, I need some of that Broncaid, which is the asthma medication, and it's basically ephedra. Here's why you need to take ephedra. It does something similar to caffeine, but it's more potent. Ephedra is going to give you a ton of energy. This is why they put it in fat burners. It also is a potent appetite suppressor because you're going to be hungry on this diet, right? But ephedra suppresses your appetite. You know, people want to go on Ozempic and these GLP-1s, and all they really do is suppress your appetite. Yo, man, you can do that with ephedra. And ephedra is one of the few supplements that actually helps burn body fat. Fat burning is a 2-part process. It's lipolysis and oxidation. Lipolysis is when your fat cells are broken down into fatty acids. Oxidation is when your body starts to utilize those fatty acids for energy. Tons of studies show that ephedra helps speed up and increase the amount of lipolysis that happens during caloric restriction. They made it illegal to put in bodybuilding supplements because somebody died or some shit, like some kids died. If memory serves me, they were like high school wrestlers and they were trying to cut weight for high school, starving themselves and running around, not drinking water so they can cut weight and running around with those sauna suits in like a hot part of the gym. And so the caffeine, the ephedra, I wouldn't do this without ephedra personally, right? You could get it from Broncaid. You just get it from the store, as long as you're over 18. Another thing is going to help you, something called exogenous ketones. The one I like is called ketone aid, but there's tons of them. What they're going to do is they're going to give you way more energy as well. How ketones work is in the absence of glucose, your body uses ketones for energy. That's why the ketogenic diet is called the ketogenic diet, because when you're not consuming any glucose, your body still needs something to run or still needs some energy. What happens is your liver starts to convert fat, either fat that you ingest or fat in your body, into ketones, and that's why they call it the ketogenic diet. Now, you can actually just consume those ketones exogenous instead of waiting for your body to make them. And if you do this, it gets rid of a lot of the brain fog that comes when you're dieting and cutting. It gives you more energy, and these also help suppress appetite. This is what you can do to suppress your appetite, because you're gonna be fucking hungry. You take this whole stack 2 to 3 times a day. Also, you got to fucking hydrate yourself, and it's super important. I mean, it's critical. It's critical that you supplement your electrolytes. When you're on a low carb or no carb diet like this, one of the reasons people feel like shit when they're on no carbs is because when you cut carbs, your body starts to flush out tons of water weight. But with that water weight goes your electrolytes. And without electrolytes, you start to feel like crap. So it's super, super critical that you increase your magnesium, potassium, and sodium. Magnesium, potassium, sodium. The easy way to get this done is to get something like LMNT and drink like 3 of these a day, and you should be fine. LMNT is probably just the easiest way to do it. My girl just bought not Khloe Kardashian, one of them Kardashian chicks, man, came out with some electrolyte shit. No, she said it's Kylie Jenner. Man, my fault. She came out with one, but it doesn't have enough sodium. It has, like, you need to get LMNT or one of these other ones. You need a lot of sodium, right? So put extra sodium on your food, drink 2 or 3 LMNTs a day. You got to do this. And you want to drink 1 to 2 gallons of water a day. I'm 200 pounds. So I do 2 gallons, but I do 2 gallons just every day. 1 to 2 gallons of water a day, increase your electrolytes, you're gonna be in good shape. When it comes to lifting weights, we're not trying to build muscle now. We're just trying to retain as much muscle as possible. So we're not gonna hit training like we powerlifting. You're gonna do 1 or 2 full body sessions, full body workouts over these 4 days. That's it. Keep it short, maximum 30 minutes. You do 1 or 2 exercise per body part. Do 2 or 3 sets. If you did 1 exercise per body part and 2 sets of each, that'd be fine, right? We just want to work the muscle out. Just let it know, hey man, you still here. We still gonna need you. Chill out. Don't go to failure at all. We're not here to go to failure. Leave 1 or 2 reps in the tank. Not go to failure. And that's the weightlifting part. We're going to walk, and we're going to walk a lot. 40,000 steps a day. This is not a typo. 40,000 steps a day. This is probably going to be the most difficult part. This is hours of walking. Make no mistake. This is hours a day. 4 or 5 hours of walking every day. So the way I accomplish this is when I would do this, I would get on a treadmill and do maybe 1 or 2 hours in the morning. I had a treadmill desk. I have a treadmill desk. So while I'm working, I'm walking throughout the day. And then I would go on like a 2-hour walk in the afternoon. And that'll typically get it done. Last time I did this, I lived in New York. I lived on the Upper West Side on 72nd and Broadway. I'd walk over to the river. There's a bike path on that river, a walking/bike path. I would walk from 72nd down to like One World Trade Center and back. And that usually got it done. But yeah, this is gonna be the most difficult part. 100% you are going to ruin whatever sneakers you have. So you might want to buy a pair of sneakers for this and just know that they're going to be gone, or buy a pair of sneakers that you can wear once these get ruined. And the way you're going to track how many steps you're taking each day, your iPhone will do it. If you got an iPhone, I'm sure the Samsung phone has a similar functionality. I just check it with my Oura Ring that I wear all the time. If you wear an Apple Watch or a Samsung watch, that'll work too. This is where it gets difficult. About half of the weight you're gonna lose in this is gonna be water weight, but you'll still look better. Like, make no mistake, you'll look better for whatever you're getting ripped for, whatever you went on this crash diet for, right? If it's for a wedding or, you know, a vacation or the beach, and you're gonna lose some glycogen too. So you might feel, man, I lost my muscle. You didn't lose your muscle. Your muscles just aren't full, right? Because you depleted your glycogen reserves. That's okay. As soon as you go back, once you go back to eating regular, what's gonna happen, your glycogen is gonna fill up and you'll be like, oh man, I look super shredded. You're gonna lose about 5 or 6 pounds of fat. Once the protocol is over, don't go back to doing the shit that got you fat, right? Because summer's almost here. So if you gotta lose more fat, take your body weight in pounds, multiply it by 10, and that's how many calories you should get per day. Like your total body weight in pounds, your new body weight times 10, that's how many calories you should get each day, with at least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. And what you do with your fat and carbs is whatever, it's up to you. I don't really care. The protein and the calories is what's gonna be the most important. And just don't get fat again, right? And you can keep doing that and you'll lose fat. Just don't get fat again, right? And you're gonna be good for summer, man. The time of this recording is about somewhere between 50 and 60 days till summer, about 2 months. Keep this in your pocket. Crash diets are okay as long as you don't rebound. You don't go back to eating cookies and cake and being a fat fuck again, doing the shit that got your ass fat at first. Crash diets are actually a tool that you can utilize. Nothing is good or bad, it's how you use it.